All right, so let's get this thing started. Or at least we should be getting. There we go. Now we're getting connected. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? We're going to get started here in just a second, like always, but we're going to take a second to wait for people to come in, do some announcements, talk about some new stuff happening in serial entrepreneur world and with students. Dude, it's just been a great week. We've had tons of new students sign up. Look at Freddie. Freddie, say hi. Don't just jump on here, start asking questions. Do you outsource your work? Just like instantly, not even hi, just straight to the questions. Look, all right, so tip of the day. All right, for those of you who are entrepreneurs. And Freddie, I'm not trying to get on to you. This is just it's a super important lesson to learn. You always, 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 if you want someone to pay attention to you, you never want to make them feel like they're being used. And I'm not saying, Freddie, that you were necessarily trying to use me, because obviously that's what this video and this live training is all about. But at the same time, you are requesting like a response, right? You want some feedback. So just so you know, the best, anytime you want something from anyone, you have to treat them as if they're special, and not only that, as if you're giving them value as well. And I learned something. I was reading something the other day, and it talks about how people usually, when they're first starting off in an industry, they don't take the time to understand what their true value is. And people think that just because they've never had a client before and they're new to the industry, that they can't get more clients because they think that, well, we don't have any experience or anything like that. And so they think they have no value because you don't have testimonials, when in reality, you do have value. You are able to provide more attention to detail to their account because they are your only client. Number two, you're probably going to give them a better deal, right? Because you can't charge the same rate necessarily as one of the top rating agencies are. So it's all about really understanding where your value comes in. There are tons and tons of value there's tons and tons of places of value for people, even if you don't have the experience in the past. But you guys do me a favor. I see there's about 11 of you in here. It'll hop on up as soon as we get to about 10-15 minutes. That's why I like to do about the first 10 to 15 minutes, just talking to everybody, saying hello, getting to know you guys. But do me a favor and just say hello once you hop in. Leave a comment saying hello, so that way I know you're here. And do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button right below the video, just so that way people just like you can get access to videos just like this. Because guys, I know that you know how it felt to be new in the industry and not have any clue what was going on, and there's 1,000 things you have to learn, right? So it's always good to bring other people in. So don't keep other people, I guess, that are just like you from learning just because you think they're going to be competition. I think that's one of the funniest things that people ask me all the time, is they're like, Jordan, is it too saturated of a market? And the first response is always no, because there aren't enough good marketers out there. People are worried, oh my God, there's so many people taking Tai Lopez's course or the Serial Entrepreneur course or Billie Jean's course, blah, blah, blah. But you don't realize how many of these people aren't going to make it. And it's because of two main factors. Number one, they're not cut out for entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship takes a true commitment. And it doesn't matter if it's this agency or any other business you decide to do, it's not easy. You have to understand that. And so a true commitment means going through the hard times, even when it sucks and you're not making any money. You're going to have to get through that. The second thing is they don't really learn digital marketing, so they don't understand. Like, that's the thing. You don't even have to learn digital marketing to the point where you have to be the one doing all of the work and implementing everything for the campaigns. But that's what all of you, or most of you, think. What you have to learn is how the theory works, how the strategy works, how to talk the language, and you do want to know, if you have to, how to implement it. But you don't have to know that to be able to grow your business, because if you build the right team and set them up in place and you at least understand how to strategize and talk with them about the service, then you can still get it done, right? So that's what a lot of people miss out on, is you have to have the education. You don't have to learn every last detail of every single service and become an expert at PPC, SEO, email marketing, copywriting, video editing. Like, people think they have to become an expert at every single one of those aspects of running a digital marketing agency, and you don't. So stop trying to do that, but you do have to understand how important the education is. Because if you don't understand it, number one, you're not going to land clients, you're not going to build the right processes and workflows, which is even more important than landing clients. That's why we're making it a huge section in the new 2.0 course we're launching in June. But guys, there's just so much more to it than getting clients that people don't really understand. And there's several reasons why people fail, but those are the two biggest reasons right there why most people, they're just either not cut out for it, or they're not going to take the time to truly understand digital marketing in the sense that they can actually teach it to others. You almost need to be able to teach theory and principles of digital marketing concepts to other people. If you can't, and if you don't feel comfortable teaching other people yet, you're probably not ready to start running campaigns and taking on clients. So truly ask yourself, am I ready or am I not? Do I think I could teach other people comfortably the ins and outs of the service and how it works, or do I not? And if you can't answer yes, I challenge you and I plead for you to please take some kind of education, take multiple courses, buy books on it. There's books on digital marketing now. There's so much. You can get specific ones on email, messenger, all kinds of things. So just take the necessary steps to get the education. The Society, what's going on? CEO Deshayla, I think I said that right. Deshayla, what's going on? I'll get to your questions in a second. Society, Freddie, I'm still waiting for you to say hey to me. I'm just kidding, man. Houston Rockets all the way. I'm not for you there, buddy. I just don't like James Harden, man. I think he's a show-off and a ball hog. I mean, I get it. He's like the star player, and he's good. I'm not saying he isn't good, but it's just like, dude, pass the ball every now and again. Like, you don't got to take all the shots. I am pulling for Golden State, but I don't even want Golden State to win either, because I want them to lose. But now that the Bucks won, I really don't want the Bucks to win either, so I'm kind of stuck. I was hoping like Boston would go all the way, but... And I don't even like Boston because I'm an Atlanta fan, and they screwed us over several times way back. But anyways, let's get out of basketball because I could talk about basketball for hours. Roots Decoded. What's going on, man? K-Biz. Hi, how's it going? I just subscribed yesterday. Well, hey, hell yeah. Just subscribed yesterday, already on to a live. I'm happy to see that. What's up, Jordan? What's up, Jordan? What's up, guys? Joe Bowie's back. Johans. Allen, I believe I've seen you before. I'm pretty sure. Dub Nation represent. Oh gosh, y'all kill me. Atlanta Hawks Trae Young, number 11. He's from Norman, Oklahoma. I played ball with him when he was a junior at the Norman YMCA. That's pretty dude. Then you'll appreciate who I'm repping because Trae Young's my boy. Dude, I was like this close away from, oh dude, it was so cool. Him and John Collins. Dude, I was like face to face with Vince Young. It was so much fun. He's right, I got clients and don't know how to do certain things. Better off learning it correctly. Yep. See, that's the thing, man, because then what happens is you get clients and then you have to play catch up the entire time, which that's the hardest thing to do. Like playing catch up on the learning side while you're managing clients and trying to build their campaigns at the same time. I've done that once before. It was when I very first started. And this was actually before I got into the agency. I was managing a business's online marketing in college. And dude, I didn't really know what I was doing, because I was in college. It was all still new. I was still learning, and it made it very, very difficult. I will say that. That was the hardest time. The client was not happy whatsoever. So it was a learning experience. But I also, at the point that I am now, it's a little bit different how learning has evolved. And so it's a lot easier to have access to teachers like myself. And so I really seriously challenge you guys to take your education seriously. It is super, super important. But if you guys are just hopping in again, please just go ahead and say hello so I know you're here. Hit that thumbs up button right below the video so others just like you will hop in. Let me take my glasses off so y'all can probably see my eyes because I probably just look like a glare. But let me see. I think, oh, cool, Freddie. I think he actually said, hey, I'll get to that. I had to step back from lots of work. It was easy to me to sell, but I felt lost. So I stepped back and improved my methods. Right. So, guys, one of the biggest things we're doing this year is improving workflows and processes. And I will tell you right now, guys, you need to plan out your workflows and your internal processes before you take on your clients. Like, you need to at least have an idea, okay, if you're going to sell SEO, social media, PPC, email, web design, for each one of those different services, you need to have something built out, an SOP, which stands for Standard Operating Procedure, for how those things will be created, right? And that's one thing we're actually starting to include in the 2.0. We're going to include a bunch of documents on operating procedures and how we started and then what we're transitioning into now. But it's an ongoing process, man. There's no one out there who has a perfect flow of operating procedures. Like, if you go to a automobile manufacturer, they pretty much use the same process at every big manufacturer. And the reason why is because they've been doing it for what, I think almost 200 years. No, sorry, not 200 years, a little over 100 years now. And so they've had time to develop processes and workflows over a long period of time. Now, not that marketing hasn't been around for forever, but digital marketing has only been around for, 15 years, 20 years, right? So it's still being, like, people are still working. Like, Billy Jean, I've talked with him about it before. He has processes that he's still working out internally. He's actually working on it's called Process Street. That's the software we've moved up to. Process Street is something that we use to build out processes for every single task or job that we have inside of our agency. And you don't realize how important that is. I get now why most businesses fail after 3 years. And I would be willing to bet that if we didn't start looking at our processes at the end of last year, so towards the end of towards the end of our second year in business, we started really taking processes seriously. And I'd be willing to bet that if we didn't, we would have a hard time staying afloat here towards the end of this year, because it would have eventually started to decline. The amount of labor would have went up, right? The amount of hours would have went up. Probably the efficiency and the quality would have went down, which means sales will eventually drop, and we're spending more than we're making, right? So there's steps to building the business that are super, super crucial. But anyways, getting back to this. Sorry, I get off track sometimes, but it's super important. You have to look at the processes to build your business. Sorry, man. LOL, what's up? Definitely felt what you said about building the right team, but also being knowledgeable in a bit of everything just in case anything happens. Good stuff. Freddie, I will get to your question too. Thanks for saying hey, though. Hello from the DC area. Hello from China. Yeah, it kind of makes me sad. Like, when people, not sad, but like, I don't want to say irritated. It's not sad. It's not irritated. It's just like, y'all jump in and like, don't say hey. Y'all love me so much, but you won't say hey? Come on. Say hey. I want to say hey to y'all too. I don't know. I feel like there's no point in us talking if we're not like really building a relationship. I like getting to know the people that I, coach and talk with. So that's, I don't know. Maybe I am getting a little butthurt about it. All right. Let me make sure we don't have anybody else. All right. Jennifer McLean says hello from Idaho. Eduardo Trevino says hello as well. From Puerto Rico, Fluent Truant says hey from Canada. I think that's pretty much everybody who said hey. Clive EO from China. Nice. I love getting people from China. We don't get many people from China in my course, surprisingly. Like, we have tons from like India and Canada and the UK and all kinds of other countries, but we don't get anybody from China, which actually surprises me. You don't hear about a lot of people in China hitting the SMMA buzz. The financial markets, they're all over, dude. They're killing, like, well, kind of, ever since regulations came in, it's kind of been different, but. All right, let's get this. Do you outsource your work? So, Freddie Martinez, yes. The answer to that question is a definite yes. Like, I think I kind of answered it earlier when I was telling you guys that you don't have to learn every service super in depth, but you do need to know how they work from a strategy perspective, right? So, as soon as you take on that client, the first thing I recommend, actually, before you even take on the client, if you're getting ready to take on a client and you feel super confident going into that meeting when you're about to land that first client, you should already be going on to Upwork and FreeUp and other platforms where you can hire people and getting those jobs put out for the jobs that you require for the campaign you're putting together, right? So let's say you're going to do local SEO and you're going to do Facebook ads remarketing and Instagram ads remarketing, and they're going to spend like $2,500 a month. Great. You need at least one SEO manager, right, who can do at least on-site SEO and local SEO strategies or implement those strategies for you. Or you might need to purchase Vendasta, some kind of software to help with listing management and review site management. But also you'll need a copywriter, you'll need so we're at 2 positions. You'll need a copywriter, you'll need a designer, you'll need an ads manager, and you'll need an analytics manager. All right, now look, that doesn't mean you have to hire all five of these positions. What it does mean, though, is somebody has to do the work for all 5 of these things. You need a copywriter because somebody has to write the copy for the ads. You need a designer because you need someone to edit the videos and photos better than you can do unless you're really good at Photoshop or video editing, right? You need the SEO manager because if you don't want to manage SEO, which it is time consuming, then you're going to want to hire an SEO manager. Analytics, because you need somebody to run the analytics and create reports and show your ads manager where your campaigns can be improved. Not to mention they create reports for your clients automatically for you that you can send over. And then your ads manager. This person's going to do all of the setup of the ad campaign, set up budgets, monitor frequency and delivery, right? So there's a bunch of different positions that are needed. Now, what I would recommend is look at where you can focus on spending the least amount of time but provide the most amount of quality. All right, so we're looking at ads manager, copywriter, designer, analytics person, and what else did I say? An SEO person. Personally, I would probably hire an SEO manager, an ads manager, and a designer and an analytics manager, because those are all very time-consuming tasks, and I promise you still won't spend more than you're making on that first client with those 4 positions. And then I would probably manage the copy myself, right? Because copy for ads is super easy. Writing copy is much easier than any other task, in my opinion. You might not be good at writing. Maybe you're good at graphic design and video editing. Cool, you'll do that, and then you can outsource the copywriting. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do, but you need to have a plan in place. Don't land the client and then try to come backtrack and start putting together your plan. This is where most people mess up. They go and they focus all on landing the client, but once they land the client, then they're like, all right, now how do I do all of this? And that's backwards. You should already have figured out how you're going to attack it before you actually get that client to sign the piece of paper. And that's where 90% of you have messed up before. I guarantee you, 90% of you, there's only 10% probably who have taken the time to figure out, okay, well, if I'm going to do all these tasks before they land the client too, if I'm going to do all these tasks, how do I actually get them done, right? Who do I hire? What processes do I set in place? So make sure you're not one of those people. And the answer is yes, outsource as quickly as possible. Like the first job, you should be outsourcing so that way you can still spend your time focusing on growing operations, right? Or scaling operations and improving operations, building workflows, because you might not be able to get them all done and perfected just by the time you have that first client. They're not easy, so perfecting a process is going to take some time. But it will allow you to spend more time also selling and landing clients, so that way you can continue to drive up revenue. And that's important. You have to drive up revenue as quickly as possible. When optimizing a pixel, is it important to only use one ad strategy? Society, can you elaborate a little bit more on what you mean about that? So that way I can give you a better response. I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, are you talking about one audience at a time? Or just we're running one ad to several different audiences to figure it out? What do you mean? So let me ask you guys a quick question too, and I want a response from you guys before I move forward, because I'm not going to move forward unless I see several responses from this, because I think this is a good topic, the outsourcing question, because a lot of people ask this. But when you guys took on your first client, did you work out your processes and who you needed to hire beforehand, or did you go land the client and then realize afterwards, oh crap, now I have to go do all of that? Or have you not reached that point yet? And if you haven't reached that point yet, have you spent any time building out your processes and internal workflows and determining, what positions you were going to need to hire and all of that? So what have you guys, what's your experiences been? I'm guessing Freddie liked that answer. He said, awesome, thank you, man. I'm in that 90%. So Ali Alba said he's in that 90%. So that's what I'm saying, man. Tons of people do this, and they don't realize that, I'm taking on this client and they're expecting results rather quickly, right? They're wanting to see something as quickly as possible. It's usually hard to get them in the first month, especially if they have nothing prior to you working with them. But, month 2, they're wanting to see at least a sale come through, like, because of your efforts. They're like, look, you don't have to give me my money back, but I want to see a sale coming through because of what you've done, right? That's what most of them want to see. But if you're not taking the time to do what I just mentioned, you're not gonna be able to get them a sale for the first 3 months, 4 months, because you had to spend the first 2 months trying to figure shit out, right? So that's the thing. It's not easy, but if you don't learn, then you'll never know. You'll learn from your mistake, which is, it's time wasted and it's money wasted. This is why people don't understand why courses are so important. And it's not just about taking 1 or 2. Let's say you spend $2,000 on courses, right? That $2,000 on courses, if you take them seriously, go through every single video, every single document, learn about all of the tools and resources that are presented to you, and go through all of those things 2 and 3 times, you will waste so much less time and money and actually make more money quicker than the person who tries to do it themselves. And the reason why is because that person is going to spend 2 to 3 to 4 times the amount of time trying to get the same thing done as the person who took a program did. That's why it's so, and I'm not trying to, like, I don't care if you don't take my course. I mean, obviously, we want you in there. But if you choose not to go with me because you just don't like me or you don't like my course, fine. That's not going to hurt my feelings. I just want you to understand the importance of taking a program. I don't care if you go to college and do it, Billy Jeans, Ty Lopez, several other guys who are out there. Like, there are so many people out there offering good programs. At least take a couple. And again, even if it's not mine, that's fine. But I guarantee you, if I have students on this call right now, or anybody who's been in any of my free training or anything like that, I mean, leave your feedback in the comments below, because I would love to know that too. But I mean, not every student, because everyone's not going to make it, but a good bit of the students who come in, as soon as they come in, they're messaging me within a couple of weeks saying, hey, I've already got my first client. Or, hey, you've helped me make more money because I realized where I was messing up in my processes or my operations, right? So, and again, like, seriously, you don't have to buy mine, but just get in one. If you want to be successful, if you truly want it, then do the necessary things to get there. I'm not saying nobody took a course, because, you know, there's people who pioneered the space. Clearly, there are always those people who pioneer the space, right? There weren't courses at one point, so you had to learn from mistakes, but that's kind of the benefit of where you're at. So just take advantage of what you have. Realize what you have. Let me see. Built out my processes and workflow, but doing it all myself. Joe Bowie, hey, trust me, I know where you're at, bro. And it is not easy. It is time consuming, and you're not going to get it perfect the first time. It's going to take 4 or 5 rounds of revision before you get it done properly. But that's why, luckily, I hope most of you are getting my 2.0, because in the 2.0, we're going through exactly, oh crap. Way to go, Jordan. I do this every time. It's okay. No biggie. We're just going to, you know, pretend like it didn't happen, because it did happen. But it's okay. We're back. I'm sorry, guys. Now it's not going to happen again. Okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. It is not fun either. It is probably the most tedious, most annoying task in the world. That's why I was so excited when I hired Ted to come in, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna build out like some guidelines, some outlines of what I'm looking for, and I want you to work out the logic for it and the flow for it. And that's basically what he spent probably 300 to 400 hours now in the last 5 months just doing process management. So it's time consuming and it's expensive, but when you get it right, you make so much more money off of so much less effort. Thinking I can solo it, but I'm not charging them yet. It's my first client. Haven't gotten a client yet. I thought about the process, but haven't started anything quite yet. Juan, even if it's a simple mapping of it, like just a very brief, small mapping of it, I promise you that's going to help a ton. I messed up on my first client. What would you recommend for someone trying to start in this while working a 9 to 5? Juan, you have to understand, for those of you that are working a 9 to 5 and trying to do this at the same time, you need to basically have no life. That's the only thing you can do. There is no other option but for you to spend nothing but time working on this business. And it's sad to say, but it's almost like Pursuit of Happiness. You know, the dude was living in the street. He wasn't making any money. He was barely living, and he had a child to support at the same time. But he made it happen. All right, it's all about willpower. That's what being an entrepreneur and a successful entrepreneur is all about. The the most successful entrepreneurs have the strongest willpower. They don't believe in the word no. They don't believe they can't do something. They don't believe that anything is impossible. And that's what it takes. You have to have that willpower to say, look, I just fucking lost 4 clients, but I don't care. I know I'm better than this and I can do better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at where I messed up. I'm going to take that bullet, or bite that bullet rather, and I'm just going to get it done. And I'm going to do better next time. That's what a successful entrepreneur would say. A entrepreneur that wasn't quite cut out for it would sit there and say, crap, I just lost 4 clients. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I should go start looking for another job. I never thought I would have to do this. It's just like they're 2 completely different mentalities. So understand that, you're going to mess up. That's okay. How do you move forward with that screw up, that issue? Do you think AI will destroy SMMA in the future? No. Definitely not. If anything, it's going to help it become better. Then try to outsource the things I didn't want to do. I think it's important to know your process before signing a client, because if you deliver terribly, your reputation is at risk, could hurt you before you really get started. See, Ben, that is exactly the mentality you should have. Unfortunately, most people only see dollar signs, and so they just start going out and getting clients, and that's backwards. They don't realize I get it. You want the money. I totally understand. You want to make money. You put in all this effort. You bought courses. You've spent time, and you want money now, right? You want the reward. Reward takes patience and understanding. Good business mentality, good business practice is to know when to strike, right? Being patient and understanding that it's not always good to be impulsive. Most of the time, actually, it's not good to be impulsive because there's no thought, there's no weighing of options behind an impulsive decision. So understand that when you move forward with something and it's crucial to your business, like taking on your first client, you need to really ask yourself, am I prepared? Because this is what makes your business or breaks your business, or it can. Not saying that, one client is going, not, messing up one client is going to screw you over, but it can definitely hurt you. Oh crap, I have to do all this now. Social media management is way too much work to do alone. Right. That's the thing. And here's the best part. Most people think, okay, I'm going to go on Upwork and I'm going to hire a social media manager. And then what they expect that social media manager to be able to do is come up with the content, come up with the photos, come up with the videos, design all of those videos and photos, write the copy, come up with the call to actions, come up with the strategy, run the ad campaigns, create the audiences, manage your pixel, run the analytics. One person? You want one person to do all of that? Dude, there's not a person out there that is an expert in every single one of those things. It just does not exist, right? And if there is, I want to meet that person because I will hire them today. Because honestly, they're probably not even hireable. They probably have an agency and they just know how to do it all, but they don't do it anymore because they're already making millions. That kind of person is so rare to find. You have to understand that when you're running a social media marketing campaign, you need to hire a copywriter, a designer, which handles images and video. You'll probably need to hire an analytics specialist, an ad specialist, a scheduler, some proofing people, marketing strategists, and that's just like what I can think of off the top of my head without really getting into the details. All right, so there's 7 positions right there just to manage a Facebook account if you do it properly and if you have people who are specialized in specific roles in the business, right? You don't want someone who's not good at writing copy. Like, that's what people expect too. They're like, okay, I'm just going to hire someone in the Philippines, they're a social media manager, I'm going to put them in this role, and they're just going to create the best content in the world. Look, people in the Philippines speak great English, but they're not U.S. English. You can quickly tell the difference if that person hasn't, really been immersed in U.S. culture and conversation before. So why would you expect that person to be able to write sales copy like you see, Robert Kiyosaki doing? You shouldn't. Robert Kiyosaki's spending probably $100,000 to $250,000 per year on a single copywriter because he's probably hiring an award-winning copywriter. So that's why you guys have to understand, and have realistic expectations for who you're hiring and how you expect them to perform. most of the time, again, I gotta look this up because I do this every time, but hold on. Okay, Kichiro Toyota, that's his name. I knew his last name was Toyota, even though it's spelled with a D. I didn't know that when I first figured it out, but Kichiro Toyota is the founder of Toyota, the auto company, and he believes that there is no such thing as a broken person, but there are only broken processes. And I've started to see the truth in that statement. And the reason why is because if there is a job that can be done, and all it takes is a set of instructions, that if you follow the set of instructions, anyone can do it, then there's no such thing as a person not being able to do it, barring any, mental incapacities or anything like that. Just putting all that aside, anybody with a normal IQ and normal adequacy can finish a job if there is a set step-by-step instruction list that they can follow that has the entire job from start to finish and what to do. So, for example, if you've been trained in copywriting and I give you a list of steps to complete a social media post, like to write the copy for that social media post, you should be able to follow those steps. Okay? So stop blaming your VAs and the people doing the work. Because, yes, and I'm not saying there aren't bad VAs, okay? Because trust me, there definitely are. Like, at this point, I've probably worked with over 150 different VAs in the last almost 3 years. And I will tell you, there are some shitty people out there. But there are a lot of really great VAs out there. And the issue, I would say 75 to 90% of the time, is that the people hiring the VA doesn't have clear instructions and operational workflows and procedures in place for them to do the job at the level that that person hiring is expecting. I have people, okay, and this is actually proof. A couple of times now, we hold team meetings. We hold content team meetings every single Monday with my content teams. And what we do is we sit in those meetings, and each content team is responsible for a certain amount of, or for a certain account or something. New members or new VAs get in because we're hiring all the time. And so I'll have VAs get in there, and the first thing that they say is like, whoa, Jordan, you actually have like meetings and structures, and you have software that we can get on, and there's step-by-step instructions. They're like, I've never seen this before from someone who's hired me on Upwork. And that's because it's just how it goes. Most people don't set these rules and steps up for those people to have a set guideline to follow. And that's why usually a lot of the time they don't produce the result you're looking for. So if you want better results from your VAs, if you want to spend less money on the labor side of things, if you want to get things done more efficiently and at a higher level of quality, then you need to focus on your processes. We have spent so much time in this video right now talking about processes. I hope that this sticks in your head because it is stupid important. Okay? Like, Jordan is so passionate when he rants. Because it's true, guys. I'm talking about this, and you want to know why the reason I'm so passionate? I think the reason why is because I'm going through these experiences right now. Like, it's fresh. Especially the operational stuff and procedures, this is fresh for me. Like, I didn't consider it as much when I first started my agency, the operational side. We had processes in place, but they are nothing like what we're doing right now. It is insane how technical we're getting, and it looks like I can't wait to sell this because we're going to start basically the process workflows that we're building out. We're perfecting these, and then we're going to sell them to agency owners for probably 10 to 15K a piece because it's easily worth that much. The amount of time and effort that we've put into building these and money that we've spent and build it, we've probably spent $30,000. No, Ted's salary plus expenses on Process Street plus everybody else it's probably been 50 grand that we spent just in developing these processes. So I'm going to sell them for easily 10 to 15 grand a piece because they're easily worth that. If you have an agency and you're doing well and you just need to optimize your workflows, I'm going to be able to sell this to you. You put all of your individual people in place for those positions, and you can literally click buttons and start creating content and ads. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. It can be stressful doing it by yourself. No, it is stressful doing it by yourself. Yeah, Tanner, where you been? Stop showing up late or not coming at all. Finally graduated from college. Oh, congratulations, dude. Hope all is well. Been doing free week trials, landing meetings left and right. Attaboy, Tanner. I believe you're in my course too, Tanner, aren't you? I'm pretty sure you are. I think I have like 4 Tanners in my course, but I'm pretty sure you're in my course. Highly recommend Jordan's monthly mentorship program to anyone who's watching this who isn't already in it. Internal systems from today's lesson was an enormous amount of value. Great investment. Yeah, guys, by the way, if you don't know about this, I'm going to go ahead and do 1 second here. I'm going to pull this up just so you guys can see. All right. So, in case you haven't been here before, this is the website. 1 second, I'm going to make myself a little bigger. Hi. No, not that big. That's too big. Okay, that's good. All right, so this is why. Oh yeah, it's because I'm streaming. I was like, why is this not loading properly? Oh no, we might be doing our update on our site. I think that's also why. We're doing our update on our site, so I'm pretty excited about that. But anyway, so this is our website. If you haven't been here, go over to courses, and then you go over to build a digital marketing agency. Obviously, we have the digital marketing school. Guys, I strongly recommend you get in now before the 2.0 update, because what we're doing is, if you buy the 1.0 currently, we're going to sell you the 2.0 for only $100. You don't have to pay full price for the 2.0 if you buy the 1.0 before it comes out. Now, if you buy the 1.0 after the 2.0 comes out, because we're still going to sell it, we're going to sell it at a cheaper cost. We're probably going to drop the I'm not sure, actually. We haven't thought about that yet. I need to figure that out. But we're going to drop the price on the 1.0 course, and then what we're going to do is we're going to sell the 2.0 course at $649. Or I think it's something like that. I can't... there's so many prices for... You have to do discount. Anyways, tiered pricing. But the price is going to be something around a little over $600 for the Digital Marketing School 2.0, but we're selling the upgrade to people who have the 1.0 for only $100. So you're getting both programs for the same price pretty much. So just so you know. But outside of that, the monthly mentorship program is only $10 per month. 10. And you get 4 live trainings with me every single week where you get to get in the group and ask questions while I'm live on camera with you. And then we answer your questions, and we do a live training every single week. So that's roughly, if you're involved, or if you do it for a year, you're getting like 50 plus videos for $120. And not to mention, like, we usually, like, we give mad discounts on them all the time. We'll give like free months all the time. So like, it's $120 and you're getting 50 videos, probably, upwards of 30 to 40 hours of content. Just saying, you can't beat that deal, guys. It's pretty cool. Oh, wait. Let me go back into this mode. All right, now we're back. How do I know whose course to buy? Audacity. All right, so if I have any people who have taken my course in this video, I would love for y'all to do me a favor right now and just drop a comment about your experience with the Serial Entrepreneur Academy, because that's the thing, Audacity, it is all about what students are saying, and really, that's the thing. We have probably more other than Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez is going to beat us out because he has the budget for it, and he just has way more students. I'm going to be completely honest about that. But other than Ty Lopez, and I would bet ours are, like, if you did it percentage-wise, like, the amount of students compared to how many reviews I got, I bet I have more percentage-wise than Ty Lopez does. Like, I bet you I have a higher, positive review percentage than Ty Lopez does, or anybody else out there. We have students, and the reason why is because we take the time. Like, we have, there's so many lessons and videos and documents in the course. I think there's over, 100 hours of video. There's, over 100 documents. There's just so much, and we go into every aspect of it. We don't just look at, the theory of Facebook ads. We go into step by step why Facebook ads are built a specific way, why you're not converting with your ads, and it's usually because you're not creating ad funnels or tiered ad sets, right? There's so many, I wish I could, but when I talk about it, it doesn't really have the same effect, right? Because obviously I'm going to be hyped about my course. That's why I always want people to answer for me. But also we have videos on the sales pages. So I just showed you, let me go back over here. So if we go over to the sales page, there's tons of reviews on the actual sales page itself. So you can go down and watch. No, wait, where are my videos? Oh, there they are. They weren't loaded yet. Here's 3 videos from 3 students that we had. Kayla is now doing 100,000 plus per month with her agency. I know Brandon's still working with his agency. There's several people still in the course. I have several more new reviews that we've been sent that we're working on getting on the course or on the sales pages now. It's just insane. We get people who message us all the time, and I think that's what we're going to start doing over the next couple of months is aggregating all of our reviews into one place, because it's what we haven't done in a long time. But guys, there are too many students who just have a good time with our course. They learn so much, and it helps them actually benefit with their agency. So yeah, that's right. You're in the mentorship program, though. I know. Okay. I knew you were in one of them, though. Ruth Sanchez. Yeah, exactly. It's time consuming, but I promise you it will be the best decision you made when you actually get your first client. You will be so happy at how much smoother things run, because that's what the biggest, most annoying thing is when you get that first client and then all of a sudden everything just starts breaking because you didn't set up processes. You, on the other hand, if you set up processes ahead of time and try to do the best you can to perfect them, then when it comes time to do the work, you literally just assign people jobs and then they follow a set of instructions. That's it. And then things get done. I don't know. It's just people do things so backwards. Even once they learn, they still do it backwards. I'm just like, oh, God. Superman says, I've already paid for the upgrade. My son and I are excited. I love it. I love it. Join the mentorship. The more people on the live streams, the more value we all receive, and similar questions we all have for our agencies will be answered. Yep, I agree with Tanner. Do you think offering a free SEO report card with UpCity is a good way to build my email list, making a landing page and run an ad campaign? Chris Randall, like, as your agency, I wouldn't worry about running an email list. If that's what you're doing, just in my opinion, that's going to be way much of a slower grower. It will work. I'm not saying it won't be beneficial. It'll definitely earn you money, but it's going to take 6 to 8 months for you to see any kind of result from an email marketing and ad campaign like that. I also probably wouldn't use. I mean, I would use UpCity, but I wouldn't use that as like a sole resource to provide value with, because it doesn't really seem like it's coming from you, right? It kind of seems like it's coming from UpCity, so why am I calling you? I'll call UpCity. Also, it's just not that in-depth unless you're paying for the paid versions of their audits. So there's that too. At what point should I hire contractors and apply Asana? So Audacity, I'm going to guess you just hopped on. What I'm going to do is wait until the video gets uploaded, because we literally just spent about 30 minutes talking about outsourcing and hiring and when you should hire contractors. So that being said, I don't want to spend another 30 minutes on it, but yeah. Did you say 100K per month? Superman, yes, I did. She has been killing it with her agency. And did we have students in here in my course that they're now making 20K, 30K, 10K? We have several making 5K plus. We have even more than that are making 1,000 to 3,000 a month plus. There's so many students that have seen growth and seen actual results after taking the program because they felt comfortable in all of the services. I think that's the biggest difference with our course and a lot of the others is you feel comfortable with digital marketing. Where when you get done with Ty Lopez's course, I already could assume how a lot of you felt. I didn't feel that way because I already had taken a ton of digital marketing at the time. I was going through his course to see what it was all about, right? But I could easily understand and relate to how you guys probably felt, like you were just like, well, what the hell are we really doing here? Like, I get it. We're creating social media posts and we're trying to get sales for clients, but how does this incorporate with search engines and websites and lead pages and landing pages and ClickFunnels? Oh, wait, those are all three the same thing I just found out, right? Like, there's just so many things that you come into it. It just kind of throws you off, right? But I promise you, there are good programs out there that go into the logic and strategy of things. But it's all about taking that education seriously, man. That same chick that I'm talking about who's making 100K a month, her name's Kayla. Kayla took 6 months, 5 to 6 months, I think it was, to land her first client. So, what is the lesson there? persistence. She was persistent. She was adamant. She was committed to making sure that her business succeeded. And so it happened. That's all it is, man. It is a difference, excuse me, it's a difference in mentality and then taking the education seriously, which Kayla did, dude. The first 4 months, because she started when I very first launched. She was probably one of the first 5 students to sign up for the program. And for the first 4 months, man, Kayla was on my ass. And not on my ass, but like always asking me questions, trying to get involved with every single group that I had, leaving comments inside the course. She was 100% involved and committed to the process. And that's why she succeeded. That is the clear-cut reason why she succeeded. If you want the formula to success, be persistent, take the education seriously. If you don't feel like you understand, then you're not ready, period. And don't try to go get clients before that. It's my recommendation, the best recommendation I can give as far as wanting to make yourself successful. Did she do cold calls? Yep, she did cold calls. She did networking. She did Messenger. She did emailing. I think she said her favorite was definitely networking and actually going into businesses. She said that she would actually pay. Actually, I remember her she's telling the story for my 2.0 course. I had her come on and do a whole 30-minute video about her experience. But there was even a time when she was paying a business to do work for them. She paid them to do work for them because she wanted to be able to get that experience. And what I mean is she probably paid the ad spend for them so she could get some experience running and building campaigns for them. Guys, it is not something like Ty Lopez has built this thing up to be something where it's just like, you just hop in and you just start fucking making money. I wish it was that easy. And I think all of you do too. It's just not how good business works. It's not the reality of 98 to 99.9% of opportunities out there. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is something that takes true effort and commitment. Just like going to law school would take, becoming a doctor would take, becoming an accountant, becoming a general contractor takes a lot of time and learning and practice, right? There's so many, this is not a rare occasion. This is not something that's just insanely extraordinary. It is completely regular and common for any other industry. And that's what they look past the simplicity of what is entrepreneurship. Commitment and understanding what it is and having a passion for what it is you're selling. That's it. So, I'm going to wrap this up here. We're at about 47 minutes. We're almost at an hour. So I'm going to wrap this up here. So you guys do me a favor. If you're ready for the mentorship giveaway, then do me a favor and write, "Yes, I am Jordan," in the comments below. And also write, if you haven't won before, how much would you love to win this program? Also, if you haven't, do a thumbs up right below this video. Hit that thumbs up button, because otherwise, even if you win, I'm not going to give it to you, because you have to hit the thumbs up button right below this video to qualify. So, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Yes, I am Jordan. Bunch of yes, I am Jordans coming in. If I don't see at least 10, we're not doing it. I'll tell you that right now. Joe Bowie. Also make sure, for those of you who don't know, we're leaving little giveaways in every single video that we do now. We're pretty much asking for you guys to comment what you learned from each episode. And we're kind of announcing it in every video as well. But all you have to do is go back and watch our videos and comment what you learned. And the best answer from all of our new videos going forward are, the last 3 or 4 videos have it in it too. But every new video going forward, we're going to try and incorporate a way for you to comment and leave a response about the video that you just watched and basically tell us what you just learned. And we're going to pick out the best answer every single time, and that person's going to win 3 months to the mentorship program. 3 whole months, full free. So, I'd absolutely love to win the course. We got some people commenting twice. I cannot believe y'all. 27, 28 people on this live right now, and apparently nobody wants to win, or at least if y'all do, there's only 10 of y'all who want to win. Maybe the other 20 of y'all have already won, and so you're just I don't really care to win. Alright guys, well, I'll make sure to check the comments. If you didn't comment before, that you wanted to win or that you're ready to play, then I just won't pick your name, even if you answer first. I guess that's what we'll do. If you didn't comment and say you're ready, we'll just give it to someone else. So, the question for today's giveaway is there is no such thing as broken people. There are only broken blank. There's no such thing as broken people. There are only broken blank. Boom! Look at Alibaba. I keep saying Alibaba. That's a website. Alibaba. Look at y'all paying attention, though. I like it. Processes. Processes is what it is. Crap, you got on too late. Come on, Superman. You got to show up on time. 9 p.m. EST. You get Baba sometimes. Alibaba. I'm sorry about that. I did not mean to destroy your name. Hey, Zeus, systems, it's a synonym. I was looking for processes, but systems is still a right answer. Mike Wall says, I really need to win. Darn wife sent me to the store. Yeah, don't blame the wife, bro. She'll see the comments, and then she's going to hop on like, baby? All right, so Alibaba, make sure that you message our Facebook page so that way we can get your mentorship program code over to you. Congratulations on winning. And guys, just remember, we're doing all kinds of giveaways on my videos that we release every single week on YouTube. 3 months of the mentorship program. We're still doing Easter eggs for the digital marketing school. We're waiting until the 2.0 comes out to do our next Easter egg. But guys, we have a lot of really great stuff happening here at Serial Entrepreneur Academy. So if you haven't joined the 1.0, make sure you get in before June 7th because you'll only have to spend $100 to get the upgrade versus if you get it later, you're going to have to spend full price on the course for that one as well. So make sure you get in the 1.0 to get that huge discount. And if you haven't, join the mentorship program, $10 a month, and that's pretty much it, guys. But I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your week. I've had fun, and I will see you guys on the next live stream. But until then, Serial Entrepreneur out. Bye, guys.